Yo, peeps. The moment we've all been waiting for the past 1.5 months, has come. We've got the new Forbidden&Limited List for effective January 1st of 2014. It's just been posted on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card.com website, and here you go with the changes. There have no monsters been newly banned, so let's continue with the spells. First card that's new banned is Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine has been banned for a good reason. The card added a lot of consistency to Dragunities and Dragon Rulers and all that. So I'm okay with that. That's okay. Then we got Return and Sixth Sense. Everybody asked for that, so I think that's fair enough to ban these two. Some may ask, why the fuck did they ban Self-Destruct Button? Self-Destruct Button is actually a pretty annoying card, especially with the new rule that you can have an unlimited amount of draws until one can win. So pretty much, if you manage to go end the duel in a draw with Self-Destruct Button repeatedly, you can go to like half an hour or even an hour overtime without even getting a result in the match, and that just isn't something that's healthy for tournament play. So nobody really needed Self-Destruct Button for competitive play anyway, so why not? Fuck that card, ban it. Then we got the four big Dragon Rulers: Blaster, Tidal, Tempest, and Redox, which, yeah, should be on one, maybe even banned, but I think limited is okay, I guess. You can still splash him into like Mermails and Fire Fists, one Blaster, one Tidal, whatever, but they're not a threat as a deck on their own anymore. Then we got Debris Dragon. I think Konami's over-exaggerating it here, because without the Dragon deck, Debris Dragon on one, even with Lonefire Blossom at 2, Debris Dragon is not such a big threat, but yeah, I'm not that bothered by Debris Dragon on 1, so whatever. Then we got Magician of Faith. Magician of Faith is unbanned for the first time since, I believe, like 5 or 6 years, if not even more. That's pretty interesting, and I think it's quite okay to unban Magician of Faith, because if you look at the past format, most successful decks only ran like 3 or 4 different spells in triples, like triple Sword, triple Consonance, triple Ravine, triple MST, something like that. And none of them were that powerful on their own that Magician of Faith would be game deciding. Um, Magician. Also, they banned Dark Hole. They banned Heavy Storm and Monster Reborn, not Dark Hole. So, like the most powerful spell cards you would want to get back with Magician of Faith are not available anymore. So, in my opinion, Magician of Faith could have come back last list, but limiting it to one right now seems legit, and I really don't think it's gonna be that much of a threat. Let's see. We got the other Dragon Rulers, as I said before. And then we got something else. We got Divine Wind of Mist Valley. Konami really gotta hate those FTK decks with Harpy Dancer and all that. But to be honest, I've never seen any of those decks really do top consistently. So yeah, I think this is kind of unnecessary to limit Divine Wind of Mist Valley. Same with Final Countdown. I've never seen any Final Countdown deck actually accomplish good results, especially because it does not win in timeout, and if the opponent's smart enough, they will manage to win against the deck anyway. And if they don't win against the deck with End Phase Wing Blast, End Phase MSTs, and that, and Tripstun and all that, they can easily drag the game to time and win in time. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Then we got Sacred Swords of 7 Stars. Pretty obvious that they would limit that, because they did that with every draw card that was so big, like back in the days with Destiny Draw and the Lure of Darkness. If a draw card makes a deck too consistent, and Sacred Sword of 7 Stars even guarantees you a +1 of Dragon Rulers, which is pretty huge, then just put it on 1, and I bet you in like 2 or 3 lists we will have that card back on 2 or 3. But right now, on 1, that's cool, just because it was so big the past format. Then they limited Spellbook of Fate. That's the only thing they did about spellbooks as well, which I think is kind of good, because Spellbook of Fate was the big threat in spellbooks, because it offered searchable protection every turn, and that was just too good. Spellbook of Fate on 1 makes it a lot harder to have Spellbook of Fate every turn, because you always have to have that tower to recycle it, and if you don't, you run out of protection a lot easier. So Spellbook of Fate on 1 is exactly what I would have done. Maybe I would have limited Spellbook of Secrets or Spellbook Magician to 2, possibly as well, but I think Spellbook of Fate to 1 is fair enough, and you don't want to kill the deck. Because, to be honest, Prophecy was not that big the last format either. This was huge the format before last format, but right now it was not that big. Okay, then back to 2 is Chaos Sorcerer once again. Chaos Sorcerer, well, the card has seen like no play the past format, so why not? And I doubt that it will be much played this format either, because even this Big Brother BLS has not seen much play. And even with the new Lightsworn support, which we don't even know whether we will get it and where we will get it, Chaos Sorcerer is not that much of a threat. Lonefire Blossom back to 2 is interesting because there will be those Shinra plant support things, and they might make Lonefire Blossom a threat, but we will see about that, and I think that's 2 or 3 sets until those come out, so I think it's not going to be that much of a threat. Okay, and then we have cards that are no longer on the list. That's Archlord Kristya. Well, agents will like that, but I think nobody really ran 3 anyway, so whatever. Then Mezuki, Plaguespreader, TG Striker, Tourguide, M7, which is kind of strange in my opinion, because Heretics and that Gishki FTK didn't really take another hit, so M7 back to 3 might be a problem, because I think that's why they put it on 1 in the first place, but on the other hand, the card itself is a rank 7 XYZ, which is kind of hard to get out, and no, actually rank 6, sorry, but it's not that bad on its own. It's really good, obviously, but it's not that bad, so back on 3 is okay. And what I really dislike about the list the most is Fire Formation Tenki back to 3. Fire Fist was a really good deck this format, it was just not fast enough to compete with Dragons, but it was really good. Dragons and Spellbooks both took a really strong hit, and now Tenki went back to 3, which is a huge push for Fire Fist for consistency, and even Constellar, and I really don't like that. Constellar Constellar is okay, but Fire Fist might become a big threat with triple Tenki and all the other decks weakened. But we'll see about that, and I don't want to complain too much because just in general I like this list. The only thing I do not like about the list is that Evil Swarm took no hit at all. They only took the indirect hit because dragons were killed pretty much, and Evil Swarm was designed to beat dragons. Now they don't have that easy matchup around the metagame anymore, but still Evil Swarm gets that new Evil Swarm Accident Knight, which is ridiculous, along with Pandemic, so you don't really want to leave the deck at full strength, I think. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents, and you are free to discuss in the comments or write me a PM with your opinion about the list, and enjoy. I think this is going to be a very interesting format of 2014.